I hate being a homeowner.
In about a month, I'm moving from the home that I own in Washington, D.C., and I'm moving back into an apartment.
So lately, I've come across a few videos from homeowners who've decided to leave their homes and move into apartments. And honestly, their reasons might surprise you. One says she's just done with the constant repairs and renovations on her older home and wants an easier, low-maintenance lifestyle in the city. The other says she's moving because she doesn't feel safe in her neighborhood and she's tired from all the work her house needs. And while both of their reasons make total sense, they also highlight something really important that I think a lot of home buyers overlook: planning ahead before you buy.
I hate being a homeowner. There, I said it, and I meant it, and I hate it so much that we're moving out of our house and into an apartment. But not just any apartment, into a loft in the city with 10-foot ceilings, exposed brick, floor to ceiling windows, because I need this move for my mental health. So I decided that this was going to be the year that I focus on myself and I just free myself of all the things that were stressing me, that I didn't like, that just made me unhappy. And then I took a look around me and I realized that one of the main things that were stressing me out was trying to renovate this damn house. I don't want to do it anymore. I'm not going to do it anymore. I saw a girl on here and her response said that rent is the maximum that I will pay and a mortgage is the bare minimum that I will pay. I've never heard anything more true, and that's exactly why I'm moving. Every time I turn around, there's another expense. There's something to pay for. Something's broke. Something needs to be fixed or replaced. I don't want to deal with that. And I personally make enough money where I can live in a nice place, where I don't have to be in a house in the suburbs renovating a 1970s fixer-upper on a budget. Like I choose not to. So we're moving. If you want to see our journey from moving from a house in the suburbs on an acre of land to a fun little loft in the city, follow along because it's going to be fun.
You know, I totally get where she's coming from. The endless renovations, things constantly breaking, the bills piling up, that can wear anyone down. But honestly, this is exactly the kind of situation people need to think about before they buy a home, especially with older houses. They can be beautiful and full of character, but they also come with older systems, roofs, plumbing, electrical, and all of that means higher maintenance costs over time. I see this a lot. Buyers fall in love with the charm and the potential, but they don't always plan for the upkeep or the true cost of maintaining it. So, when everything starts needing repairs, it's overwhelming. Her move to a loft in the city makes sense for where she's at now. Less space, fewer headaches, more convenience, but it's a reminder that home ownership isn't just about where you want to live. It's about what kind of responsibility you're ready to take on. Now that first story really shows how tiring home maintenance can get when you're not fully prepared for it. But this next one is another example of how emotions and stress can creep in when the reality of owning a home doesn't match what you pictured.
In about a month, I'm moving from the home that I own in Washington, D.C., and I'm moving back into an apartment. And I feel like in this economy, this home, purchasing economy, it probably is confusing for a lot of people on why somebody that is a homeowner would leave the home that they own to go rent an apartment, especially with rent prices being crazy. But honestly, it's the best decision for me and my daughter, and I'm gonna go through the reasons, but honestly, I feel like the list is endless. Okay, number one, I am a single woman, a single mother, and I feel like living in a house, you have a little less security than you do when you live in a large apartment building that has secured entry, a doorman, maybe even a security personnel on staff, cameras everywhere. And I feel very vulnerable in my home at times. And look, I have a security system. Shout out ADT. Not sponsored, but go ahead and do it if you'd like. I have Ring cameras, but I just feel like it's not the same as having the extra level of security that you have living in a large building. So for instance, I do go on dates and I date people, and I feel like you can Google someone and figure out their address pretty quickly, especially when you're a homeowner. There's just like databases where that information is publicly available. And so if someone got really weird after a date, like, what are you gonna do? Is somebody gonna be waiting for me outside my house? Well, I don't know. And I've had really weird situations where I felt uncomfortable. And I drive up to my house and be like, okay, I hope that guy's not here. He was being really weird in text today. He's sounding weird. Hope he's not outside, because if he is, like, what am I gonna do? So that's one. And these are kind of the things that you think about when you're a single woman that I feel like other people don't have to think about. But that is something I think about, and I think about it enough that I'm just over it. On, like, to that point, we're going to stay on that point for now, and maybe this will be like a few videos, but like, even when someone delivers something to your house, people are weird, and once they know who lives there, like, there's nothing you could do about it. You're just there, you're just on your own, and someone has your address. So I don't like the safety aspect of it, and maybe it's just where I live, but I'm not feeling that. The second thing is, like, my house was built in 1942. I mean, you can see I try to do a little something in here, just a little something. But at the end of the day, unless you like a home that's a little bit older, if you like that aesthetic, look, if you like that aesthetic, you'll be happy. I thought that I could buy this house at a lower price and slowly update it to my liking, and I haven't been able to. It's way more time intensive than.
I can completely understand her decision too. If you don't feel safe in your home, that's a huge issue. Add in renovation stress on top of that, and I can see why she's done with it. But again, this comes down to planning. When you're buying a home, it's not just about the property. It's about the location and the lifestyle that comes with it. You've got to ask, do I feel comfortable here? Is this a neighborhood where I'll feel safe long term? And if the house is older, am I ready for the amount of work and money it's going to take to keep it up? These are things that are easy to overlook when you're excited about buying, but they can make or break how happy you are as a homeowner. At the end of the day, both of these stories are lessons in planning. Buying a home isn't just about finding something pretty or affordable. It's about making sure that home truly fits your lifestyle, your budget, and your peace of mind. So ask yourself the tough questions. Can I handle the upkeep? Do I feel safe here? Does this location match the kind of life I want to live? Because home ownership isn't a one-size-fits-all dream. It's a commitment, and the better you plan for it, the happier you'll be. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. I would really appreciate it.